What is wrong with us? Derek is in Marks and Spencer in Liffey Valley in Dublin this morning, learning how to spice up the staple side dish. Please take it away from us, Derek.
Lads, you can't beat a good pot of spuds. Anyway, welcome down here to Marks and Spencer, Liffey Valley here in West Dublin. The bigger, the bolder, better M&S. Mark, I have to say the food hall here looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Rolls Royce. Brand new, they're going to be rolling out soon, but really, really nice. Delighted to be here.
And 25% more space as well. People can get in, shop around and enjoy themselves.
And the place is stacked with really, really good food.
Yeah, now, what are we making this morning, Mark?
We are making roast potatoes, because who doesn't love them for their breakfast?
Okay, but these are posh spuds.
Not really. That's the whole point of using here, is we've a couple of basic ingredients that just make them a little bit better. So we're using rooster potatoes. So these are Irish rooster potatoes. We did a test for the new TV show that's coming out at Christmas of the best variety. Now, I thought it would be Maris Piper,
yes,
but it actually turned out to be rooster. It was the best texture inside, the best flavour.
Well, Pinks are nice though as well, aren't they?
Well, I thought it would be Maris Pipers that were Irish, but they were a bit over caramelised and not as nice inside, whereas the old reliable rooster, as I call it.
Yes.
Now, what we do is we peel a bunch of them, and then what I do is I get them into some water. Now, there's a couple of key points with roast potatoes. When you're poaching them at the beginning, you need to heavily salt the water, like heavily salt the water. So what that does is it seasons them the whole way through. So as you crack into them, they're beautiful and buttery and salty throughout. I cooked them in the pot for about 5 or 6 minutes, just simmering away. Bring it up to the boil, let it simmer away. And what happens there is you end up cooking the outside of the potato. So what you want it to be is almost overcooked on the outside as it boils and still raw in the middle, because that allows us to make them really, really crispy.
Now, Mark, can you cook them with the skins on, by the way?
You can cook them with the skins on.
Because I like the skins on spuds.
Yeah, well, I prefer baking them. Like, if I'm baking them, what I'll do is I'll put them on a bit of salt, bake them off just at 200 degrees in the oven. But with this, because we want to make them really crisp on the outside, if I leave the skins on, everything just kind of falls off and it doesn't go that nice in the oven, particularly for the roast potato. So once they're in there, now I have a few which I've pre-cooked. So they've been in there for about 5 or 6 minutes, boiling away. And what we do is we can strain them off. So you can see there, you can see on the outside, they're gone almost crispy and see-through, and they're steaming away. Now they're still rock solid in the middle, which is what we're after. Now you can't see them in here, but what we do is we strain off any of the excess water.
Okay.
And then what I do is I let it just steam. So you steam it for about 2 or 3 minutes with the cloth on. Very important point, because
and what does that do now?
If we've got too much water in there, what happens is they don't go crispy in the oven. They go quite soggy. You can see them there. So we leave them under a little bit of a cloth. I leave them for 2 or 3 minutes, and what happens is all that excess water on the outside will evaporate off and they go lovely and fluffy. You can also put them in your fridge if you want, because you'd be surprised, your fridge is actually one of the driest places in your kitchen. Yeah, so everything will dry out really, really nicely in the fridge. Now, we'll pretend we've gone forward 2 minutes and we go on to the next stage. So what we do is we get this beautiful M&S roast potato seasoning. So in here you've got a little bit of polenta, you've got some salt, you've got some pepper. We're going to crack that open.
So you can just pick that up here in store?
So this is the key with Marks and Spencer's, is some beautiful little things that you can pick up in store. Now, you're going to be doing your cooking at home, but these are little added bits that make your good food great, I suppose.
And you can taste a lot of wine in here as well while you're at it.
Yeah, it was I tell you, there's people all behind the cameras here as well, and it was rock and roll this morning. I was saying to some of the guys, sure, this is a great workplace.
Yeah, no, it's great.
So our seasoning goes in there.
Okay.
That's our salt and peppers in there.
Lovely.
And then this is the next key ingredient. So
now, polenta. Polenta is corn, is that right?
It's corn.
Okay.
Yeah, so usually what you'll do is you'll cook it off and you'll bake it. So you might have like a baked cheesy polenta. There's actually a recipe on the side for cheesy polenta. I pick this up in store and I go in with, I never really measure anything, a couple of tablespoons of the polenta.
Okay.
Now that's what's going to make it really, really crispy. So what I do then
Give them a little shake.
Give them a little shake.
Okay.
And what you'll see happening is, if I pull that up, the outside, which is cooked, goes kind of fluffy as you bash it up, and the polenta sticks to it with that seasoning. Nice. And that's creating a coating which is going to go really, really crispy.
Okay.
Now, what we do next, we have them there, they're all ready to go. We get a tray from the oven. Now there's a couple that I have pre-cooked here. So what we do...
What are we talking heat-wise there, Mark?
So we've got 200-degree oven, and they're going to take about 45 to 50 minutes.
You've a little bit of rosemary there as well.
So what I did, I got some goose fat, again. Goose fat, if you don't want to use goose, you can use vegetable oil.
Yeah, if you're a veggie, yeah.
Pick it all up in store here, packed with flavour. These lovely cook with range. That goes in on the tray with some rosemary, with some garlic, which you can get here. I put it in the oven first, so it's very important that we heat up our oil in the oven. Then we take our potatoes out. on they go.
And they'll sizzle away on that.
Yeah,
then.
they'll sizzle
Nice.
away all the bits of polenta, and you can see them starting to sizzle there. And then what happens is they go into the oven, as I say, 200 degrees, about 45 to 50 minutes. And you can have these on Christmas Day, say, or at the weekend.
They'd be nice at the Christmas dinner, actually,
Yeah,
wouldn't
they're
they?
beautiful. Now
you
you
can
can have
plate them up there, Mark.
Yeah, you can have them done. And what we do is I just turn them every few minutes and look at them. You can almost hear.
They're almost like schnitzers.
Hear. Well, I haven't heard them describe like that before.
And a little bit of garlic in there as well.
A little bit of garlic in there as well, and then just to finish them off, what I do is you can add some butter, which I love, but I'm going to add a little bit of this. So this is the collection M&S truffle mayonnaise, just because. Why not?
You're spoiling us here
Spoiling
this
us.
morning.
So that's what you do. That's the reason you
delish.
have M&S, is for little bits like this that make your good food great.
Absolutely.
Really convenient, packed with flavour, and who doesn't love some polenta roast potatoes?
You can try before you buy.
Try before you buy. Well, you can. That's the thing in store here in the new store. They've got loads of little sampling sections. So if you want to come in, try some coffee, try some ingredients, try some wine even. The samplings are there. Great way to do it.
That looks too good. All right, guys,
Go for it.
we're gonna dig in here.
Be careful, Todd. Is it good though?
That's brilliant. Beautiful. Back to you guys in the studio. Thank you very much, Mark. Oh, wow.
Call
Yum.
for Derek to be in for cooking segments to watch
Truffle
him
mayonnaise, yum.
eat it straight
You know
away.
how to make your roasties for Christmas.
There you go.